Hello, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm LaKendra Tooks, and it's time for Tooks Takes. Woo! Let me tell you something, Wednesday crew. I have to apologize if I look a little haggard, if my voice is a little hoarse. Listen, y'all, I have been working. I've been working a lot. And let me tell you something. Working is hard work. My gosh. I mean, I would say I'm not built for it, but I am built for it because I am, hardworking and smart. And I know out there, I know how to get out there. Okay. I know how to get out there and make $1 out of 15 cents. I know how to do that, but baby, I'm tired. I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to getting myself on more of a schedule. I'm keeping a calendar now. I have to because I have to keep track of everything. I've got a lot going on right now. Always I've got the yoga studio. I'm also right now, I've been doing live stream hosting and selling on TikTok in the TikTok shop. And you know what? I kind of like it. One of these days I could totally see myself on QVC or something like that. I am a Dean doll. I am Lawendra. So I am very, I would do well on a QVC. Hey, QVC, if you're listening. But for now, every QVC host had to crawl before she walked through those doors over at the QVC. So right now I am paying my dues a little bit. Now, honestly, I've already paid my dues. Okay. I've already paid my dues, but guess what? I'm just paying a few more dues, okay? Because I feel like so many amazing things are on the horizon, and I'm enjoying getting myself used to working hard again. So this feels really good. So I've got the TikTok live streaming. I've got the yoga studio. I'm a chump. That's a lot of work too. We've been working really hard for this Phoenix show. We're actually going to be going to Phoenix this week for the live show. We've been doing a lot of work on the live show, and I'm really excited for it. Of course, Toddy and Tooksy are opening the show, and I'm really excited for our opener. So, yeah, and hopefully we can get it on recorded in some kind of way. Definitely, we recorded the song, we recorded the vocals. I'm very impressed with my vocals. I did a good job. I'm really proud of myself. But that's the thing, I've been working hard and I've been super proud of myself. It feels good. It actually does feel good, right, ladies? To be able to make your own money, to be able to take care of yourself. Because, I'm a single woman. I don't have a husband yet. I don't have anyone to take care of me. I'm a single woman with a single income, just out here trying to make all her dreams come true. That's it. And, and I do have a very supportive family. I have beautiful parents. I have a father who really loves me. I am a daddy's girl through and through. However, for me, even growing up, even when I was younger, every time I wanted something, my dad, he made me work. He made me work for it when I was a teenager, and I went to him and said, Daddy, I want a car. He said, okay, go get a job and then we'll go get you a car. And that is exactly what he did. My father is a man of his word. I got my job. Then that Saturday, we went down to the dealership and got my Dodge Neon. So I definitely have a dad that if I called him and asked him for help, could he help me? Absolutely. Would he help me? Absolutely. But I don't like to bother my parents. I really don't. I just feel like as an adult, I don't want to bother my parents. I don't. Like, to me, my parents have already given me such a great life. They've definitely given me the tools to be successful. So it's like they've done their job. I don't want to bother them. I'm like, I don't want to bother y'all. So whenever I'm in a jam, whenever I got something going on, let me tell you something about Tooks. Tooks is going to figure it out. Anything I got to figure out, baby, Tooks is going to figure it out. But I got to tell you something. It's exhausting. Being a single woman and taking care of yourself, especially a single woman in Los Angeles, in any of these big cities, and trying to take care of yourself by yourself. It is hard. It is exhausting. And I'm not going to lie. I really look forward to having an amazing, wealthy husband to help me. Sorry. I'm sorry, women's lib movement. Yes, I'm an independent woman. I'm a women independent. Yes. But I wouldn't mind having a little bit of help. I wouldn't mind having someone to be like, honey, I got you a tennis bracelet. I wouldn't mind. I want that. That is what I'm manifesting. That is what I want. I just want a really nice, wealthy, tall man with hair who's not a part of the manosphere. I almost said the manoverse, the manosphere. I watched that documentary. Louis Theroux, the British guy, the British documentarian. He did this documentary. I believe it's called Inside the Manosphere. It's on Netflix. A lot of people have been talking about it, and I said I want to watch it because I was curious about this movement. I see these clips from the podcast sometimes. It's a lot of clips of men saying stuff that just really is so stupid, so out of left field, so doesn't make any sense that it's like, gosh, I'm grateful for the internet. I'm grateful that I have an outlet for my voice. But sometimes it's like, did we really need to give everyone a voice? Did we really need to make these microphones so accessible? And it's unfortunate because these guys in the manoverse, in the manosphere, whatever you want to call it. I mean, to me, I'm like, I don't even feel right calling it a manosphere because to me, that is not a man. A man who wants to have, wants to disrespect women, who wants to be around all the OnlyFans girls, but then say, oh no, OnlyFans is disgusting. Those girls are disgusting. But it's like you're around them all the time. You're promoting it. And let's talk about the guys that are on it. So there's the one guy. Here's another thing too. All of these guys have daddy issues. I feel like daddy issues get associated with girls and women a lot. But let me tell you something. A lot of guys have daddy issues too. I even know that from watching Intervention. There's a lot of guys on the streets right now living in a tent under the bridge because all they ever needed in life was for their dad to be proud of them, which is really, really sad. But again, it all trickles back to the men, The men need to be leaders, like be a real leader. Being a leader isn't, I've got all this money. I tell my wife what to do. She listens to me. She does everything I say. That's not being a leader. A real leader to me, and as a man, as a father, as a husband, you should be the example for your son. Your son should see the way that you treat his mother, and that's how he should learn to grow up and treat his own wife. And it is just so sad. It just goes back to the root cause here is absentee fathers. Like what's up with that? I just feel like, I haven't had kids yet. And I am of a particular age and I still want to have kids, but I feel like the reason I want to have kids, I do think I'd be a great mother and I do think I could raise really wonderful, beautiful kids. Okay. If I didn't feel that way, I would not want to have kids, okay? If I didn't think, okay, I could raise a child who's going to grow up to be successful, my son is going to grow up to be an amazing guy. He's going to be so respectful to women. He's going to be a leader. He's going to be successful. Like all these things I want my son to be. When I think of a man, like, the first man I ever knew was my father. So I want my husband to be a man that is like my father. I'm very proud that my brother is a man who is like my father. I want my husband to be that way. I do want my son. I'm grateful that my son, definitely, if nothing else, my son has a grandfather and an uncle that he could look up to because God forbid, if I did end up with one of these deadbeats, I still have, my kid will still be good. But let me tell you, I just really feel like a lot of people do not think before they have kids. I mean, look at your own family. Look at your own family. Who's your most effed up cousin? How many kids they got? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, what is really going on? A lot of people, they're just not thinking before they have kids. And I can't say that without also mentioning another incredible show from the landfill channel, TLC, this show Unexpected, about these teenagers that are having babies. It's like worse than Teen Mom. Like Teen Mom, I was never a fan of Teen Mom, and I did think it was kind of glamorizing teenage pregnancy, which I think teenage pregnancy is terrible. I'm sorry. Listen, if you had your child as a teenager, great. My parents were young when they had me. That, you can have a child young and still grow up to have a great life. But on Unexpected, literally there's one couple where the girl is 14 and the boy is 12. How are a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old even how are you even having sex? How is this happening? When I was 14, my mama knew where I was at all times. I know that is not as easy today. If you are a parent of a teenager in this day and age, my heart goes out to you. Okay. Now, listen, one day when my kids become teenagers, I hope they are perfect little angels. If they are not, they will be shipped off to a Facts for Lifestyle boarding school I'm going to let Mrs. Garrett take care of them. Okay. Because I know raising teenagers is really, really hard. So I don't mean to sound judgmental, but I am judging you. If your 14-year-old and your 12-year-old are out here making babies, I am judging you on that because what the hell? What the literal actual hell? And then you're like, well, let's call it this reality show. Then I can't help but wonder, do you pull these shenanigans because you know it's going to get you on a reality show? And what about the poor baby? I mean, I just feel like having a child is the most important thing in the world. And it blows my mind how some people can be so flippant about it. And it's a ripple effect. If you don't raise your children well, you grow up with a son who's in this manosphere. And it's so sad. It's honestly sad. I was watching the documentary, thinking I was going to be mad, but honestly, it just made me sad. It made me sad about the current state of men and the effect that it's having on humanity. You know, I'm out here, I am a woman who is dating, and let me tell you, when I tell you that it sucks, it really sucks. It's really bad to the point where I truly have given it to the Lord fully. I said, okay, God, I guess right now you want me all to yourself. That is fine. I'm just going to give it to you. I'm done. I'm not going to try anymore. I just said, God, the guy for me, please just bring him to me. Make it so plain, so clear, so obvious, because the last thing I want is to end up with a guy like that. A guy who thinks, well, this is my wife and I'm going to have a girlfriend and I'm going to make all the money and she's going to be there for me at my beck and call and she's going to do the dishes and she's going to be my maid and she's going to give me sex whenever I want it. No. What is that? That is so messed up. Like, how can you think that way about your wife? Like, to be honest, I'm sorry. I don't think these men like women. If you don't want to be nice to women, if you're out here and you're like, you don't want to take a girl on a date, you don't want to pay for a date. I'm like, are you sure you like women? Are you sure? You might not like women, which is fine. Leave us alone. Go out there and be gay. Go out there and put a bloop bloop in your bloop bloop and be happy. But don't be out here terrorizing women. We're going through enough. We don't need it. We don't need it. I'm like, honestly, if you're not my husband, if you're not here to love me and cherish me till death does us part, please get out of my face. Please get away from me. I have a shield. I am protected by the Lord on high. I said, God, if he ain't my husband, please let me be ugly to him. Don't even look at me. Don't look at me. If you are not ready, okay, to be the man of my life, treat me well. Buy me my castle. I want a castle, okay? Listen, I'm praying big prayers right now, y'all. Won't you join me? We're praying big prayers. We're manifesting. We want miracles, okay? I want an amazing, wealthy man who's obsessed with me, tall, with hair, comes from a great home, just like me, and is ready to just spoil me and give me the life of my dreams. That is what I want. That is what I deserve. I will settle for nothing less, and neither should you. Ladies, don't take this crap. It's up to us. If we all say no, then something's going to change. They're not going to change. We're the ones that have to say, you know what? No, I don't think so. And I've spent my whole life being polite. I'm a Southern girl. I've spent my whole life being polite. But let me tell you something. Polite tooks is out the door. I am so quick to just cut. Wait, what is that song by Cardi B? And I'm quick to cut an N-word off, so don't get comfortable. That's me right now. I am quick to cut an N-word off, so don't get comfortable. That's me right now. Don't get comfortable, okay, buddy? Because as soon as you get comfortable, slap. I don't care. Because I'm happy. And that's what I feel. We've talked about this before. Women right now, we're happy. We don't need this, okay? So, yeah, I watched that Manosphere documentary. It was depressing. It was sad. The women that are involved with these men, I think one of them, she got out. I'm sure, like, when you start hearing your boyfriend that you're with, I don't understand that either because I'm very monogamous. Maybe it's because I'm very jealous. I'm very jealous. I certainly would not be able to deal with my man being, like, out here in these streets, hooking up with other girls or whatever. Like, I would not be able to handle that. I don't like that. I would not be able to deal with that. I'm not interested in being in an open relationship. And, this young lady, I don't even remember her name, but the one that was with the guy, I think his name is Myron Gaines, but that's not even his real name. That's not even his real name. I don't even think that's his real. I think these guys are playing a character. I think if you really sit him down, after a couple of glasses of scotch at 3 o'clock in the morning, they're very sad on the inside. They're still sad little boys on the inside. And this is what they have to do to make themselves feel better. They have to be misogynistic. They have to be bigoted. Why do they all hate the Jews so much? I was shocked by that too. They're like, wait, who did this? Who did that? The Jews. I'm like, whoa. You hate women. You hate Jews. I low-key think you hate yourselves. And then the one guy whose wife, I can't remember his name. These people don't matter to me. I don't want to know their names. But the one guy and his wife is pregnant. Well, it's not even his wife, his partner. So I'm looking at her. She used to work. Now she's sitting here barefoot and pregnant with this guy who's not even her husband. I'm like, what if things don't work out, girl? All you're going to be able to get is child support. And he's going to figure out a way to weasel his way out of that. It's just really unfortunate. But ladies, please, my younger listeners, actually all, because I know some of you older ladies too, some of my aunties, we've all done it. We have all stuck around too long with the wrong guy. We have all allowed some guy to treat us less than what we deserve. We've all been there. We've all done it. But guess what? Today's the best time to stop. Don't do it anymore. Don't let anyone mistreat you, especially don't let any man mistreat you. You are my girls and this is for my girls and gays, okay? If no one's told you today, you are so beautiful, you are so special. No one can do what you do. What you bring to the table is so beautiful and so special, and don't you ever settle for anything. And by the way, as I say that to you, I am saying that to myself, because I'm definitely somebody who has settled. And I can't talk about settling without thinking a little bit about 90 Day Fiancé. 90 Day Fiancé, y'all know I love a good segue. 90 Day Fiancé, let me just give you a quick update on the couples, okay? Because as y'all know, we've been releasing our episodes, our, Tooks Takes interviews, and thank you guys so much. The feedback has been incredible. We're going to be doing more. I'm so excited. So I'm sitting here, I'm watching 90 Day Fiancé, which that's another thing too, y'all. Now that I'm working, I don't have time. Oh God, I'm tired. I don't have time. I really wanted to watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I realized I'm several months behind in episodes. Like, they just filmed the reunion and I'm watching episode 5 of the season. So I'm very behind. I'm going to get caught up on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because I know it's a little bit of a boring season, but I still love the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It is what it is. It's like the 6 o'clock evening news. Like, it's just always going to be there. It's like Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy at 7 p.m. It's just always going to be there. That's the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for me. So anyway, on 90 Day Fiancé, quick update on the couples. Okay, so Sheena and Forrest. Y'all remember Forrest? He's the one that looks like Peter Griffin. Sheena is his lovely Filipina fiance. She's a veterinarian. Okay, so they went and met with an immigration attorney. The immigration attorney was telling him, look, do you have a job? He was like, no, but I do get my disability benefits. And he was like, no. The attorney was like, no, babe, that's not going to do. You need to have a job that pays you at least $26,500 a year, which I'm like, that's not that much. That's really not that much, Forrest. You can't figure out a way to make $26,500 a year? You're a grown man. And then I'm looking at his mama, that mean Miss Molly. Oh, mean Miss Molly. I'm like, you didn't raise a son who knows how to get out there and make $26,500 a year? You raised a son who was, I don't want to call him dumb because I know that he's got some developmental issues, okay? So I'm not going to, and maybe that is where the disconnect lies for him, is that he's got some, he's on the spectrum, he is autistic. So maybe this is where the disconnect lies for him. And so then Sheena's like, why don't we just stay in the Philippines? It's the cost of living is less here. I'm here. I'm a veterinarian. I can take care of us. And then he's like, but I don't want to be away from my mom. Boy, you need to get away from that woman, okay? That woman, And this goes back to what I was just saying. I want to raise my son. That's why I want to have a son. I mean, I really want to have a daughter because I want her to be my mini me, but I want to have a son because I really want to raise my son to be a really good man. That will be my number one thing. I am not going to let my son get away with being a douchebag ever. If my son, I'm telling you right now, if I catch my son out here being a douchebag, bam, but bam, I'm old school, baby. Spare the rod, spoil the child. I better not catch my son out here being a douchebag. Now, if I catch my daughter out here being sassy, yes, girl. Yes, that's what I love about the little girls of today. They're so sassy. Like, yes, honey, be sassy. So anyway, so there, we're going to have to figure out, we're going to wait and figure out what's going on with them. Then there's my little baby girl, Emma. I need to adopt little Emma as one of my nieces. Now, we remember Emma got left high and dry in Morocco. Well, not high and dry. It's kind of low and dry. Ooh, low and dry in the desert. That boy Ziad, who literally just looked like a wet mop, just a wet Moroccan mop, like just nothing to write home to mom about at all. And it's like, girl, quit letting these Moroccan men embarrass you on TV like this, okay, girl? Because I can't feel sorry for you anymore. I really need her to take my women's empowerment seminar because I want her to get a little bit better of a self-esteem. She seems very insecure. And I do think she's a really pretty girl. And listen, I'm a person who loves to wear makeup. I think she needs to tone down her makeup. I think her makeup is a bit much. It's always like so much. It's a lot. And I think she's a really beautiful girl. Also, I really want to see what her hair looks like underneath that wig. I feel like she's got a beautiful head of hair. And listen, again, there's a lot of talk about her wigs, but okay. So after Ziad dumps her, leaves her low and dry in the desert, she decides to reach out to her previous Moroccan fiance. I do believe his name was Mohammed. He was supposed to meet up with her, but he stood her up and then he texted her and said, look, I'm engaged. Please don't contact me anymore. Leave me alone. And I'm like, oh my God, Emma. But she had the engagement ring that he had given her. She had the engagement ring with her. And then she went and threw it in the ocean. Or whatever body of water that was. Was that an ocean or a sea? I don't know. But listen, ladies, you hold on to the jewelry. You hold on. Hold on to your ring. You always hold on to the jewelry. I don't care. I don't care if you call the wedding off that morning. Baby, that ring is yours. You keep that ring forever. And you certainly don't throw it in the ocean. But she threw the ring in the ocean. It's like she's going to write a new song called I Left My Heart in Marrakesh. Emma, baby, come home. Come home. And when you get home, if you're friends with Emma and you're listening to me right now, when Emma comes home, can you please take her passport? Take her passport, take her visa, and keep her in the house. Okay? I know dating in America is tough, but you cannot be out here getting humped and dumped twice in Morocco. That's not God's plan for anybody's life, okay? You got to do better. Let's also, while I was talking about the Manosphere, I was thinking about Jovan and Anna Lynn, because Jovan, he is out here. He's listening to all these Manosphere podcasts. Well, here's the thing, Jovan. Those guys are rich and you're not, okay? And I don't blame Anna Lynn. I'm team Anna Lynn all the way. Anna Lynn is my kind of girl. And I love that she's like, no, I'm not going to let you get away with anything. I don't blame you, Anna Lynn. Don't let Jovan get away with anything. Ladies, don't let these men get away with anything. Get up in their faces. Say, I don't think so, buddy. Smack. I'm not promoting violence. But every now and then somebody needs a smack. Oh my goodness. Okay, we got to talk about Laura, Beer Can, and Michael. They put Michael in their little opening shot too. Now, I like Michael. Now, here's what I was noticing about Michael. Y'all know he's got that birth defect on his nose. To me, I don't think he's a bad looking guy. But he's going bald in a way that's like, well, what do you do, men? This is for the men right here. I know we do have some men listeners. When you're going bald and it's like you can see that, the hair is there. It's sparse. The hair is sparse. You can see the baldness underneath. What do you do? So I'm looking at Michael and that's all I can think about. I'm like, dude, shave your head. Shave your head. I know everybody doesn't look good bald. I know that pulling off the bald look I know it's harder for white guys. Being bald and looking good bald really is a black privilege. And I get it. White guys, I know. Sometimes when you guys go bald, it looks a little, you kind of look like powder. Or you look like you're going through chemotherapy. I get it. But it's like, you know what? Pick a lane. Okay, we're not doing comb overs. We're not doing sparse and then sprouts. We're not doing that. Okay, you got to pick a lane. I think having a toupee is a small price to pay. If you want some hair, get wiggy with it. Get wiggy with it. Join the hair club for men. Do something. But anyway, I like Michael. He's a really sweet guy. He is concerned about beer can, and all of his concerns are very valid. And I don't know. I think Laura's just getting that good Turkish tea. She's getting that Turkish delight. And ladies, girls, gays, y'all know how it is. We've all had those friends when they're getting that good. You can't tell them nothing. So she's going to have to learn the hard way. Michael, you just wasted a lot of money on our trip all the way to Turkey for nothing. Okay, you could have stayed home and made yourself a turkey sandwich. As a matter of fact, do that. Then we have Stig and Aviva in Belize. Aviva has missed her period. Lord have mercy. Now, y'all, we've seen this happen time and time again. They meet these cute little international boys that work at the resort, or, in this case, he's a rapper running around town. She's missed her period. Lord. I wish him the best. If there is a bun in the oven, I wish them the best. Oh, and then there's Elise and Joshua. Now, Elise is the girl who's all Elise. I need to know where Elise shops. Elise must shop at the stripper depot because everything she wears, and this is no shade because I love it. Okay, her body is really, really good. Probably if I shaved off a few pounds, I might start shopping at the stripper depot too. Everything she has on is giving stripper. But you know what? She's got a great body. Listen, if you got a great body and you want to dress like a stripper every day, go for it, honey. This is America. Well, no, this is not America. She's in Australia. She's in Australia, dressed like a stripper. And she's the only girl in all of Australia that seems to be dressed like a stripper. Everyone else in Australia is wearing pants and shirts. Not Elise. I don't think Elise owns a pair of pants. She only has bikinis and like halter tops that have just a little patch over the nipple, and then this part, the under boob is exposed, and then there's underwire. You know what, Elise? If you like it, I love it, girl. But she's really giving Joshua a hard time. Apparently, Joshua has having some financial difficulties. He was staying with a female friend, and Elise is talking about how she's had men financially abuse her in the past, and it does seem like she's kind of projecting onto Joshua. Joshua's like, have I asked you to pay for anything since you've been here? I don't appreciate that, and I thought he was, I think Joshua's a sweet guy, and I think Elise, ladies, I know how it is when we've been through stuff. It's hard. We're looking for those red flags. We're side-eyeing everything, and sometimes it's like, you know what, you got to just let go, let your guard down, and see what happens. And I think that's what she should do. It's like, girl, you're all the way in Australia. Just enjoy the man. Enjoy the Vegemite. She didn't know what Vegemite was. I'm like, how do you book a trip to Australia to see your Australian boyfriend and you don't know what Vegemite is? These girls don't do any research. These girls, I've never been to Australia, but I know what Vegemite is. I come from a land down under. You know that song? He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. You're like, who doesn't know what Vegemite is? If you're dating a guy in Australia, at the bare minimum, you should know what Vegemite is. By the way, I did once date a guy from Australia. I tried the Vegemite. I don't like it. God bless you Australians and your Vegemite. You British folks with your Marmite. I live in America where we just have peanut butter and jelly. And that's enough for us. Peanut butter, jelly, and butter. That's how we do our toast. Period. And last but certainly not least, we got Lisa the Lion Lesbian with a wig on. Oh my goodness. She had to finally confess to Daniel's uncle that she has been practicing lesbianism, and it's really bad. The uncle is just like, what do you mean? Like, see, and again, she didn't do her research. Everybody knows Africa is a tough place to be practicing lesbianism, okay? And the uncle's not having it. He's like, you just vomit lies. And actually, that is true. She just vomits lies and ugly cries because she's sitting there. And you don't understand. That was my past. That was not your past, honey. You're a lesbian, which it's fine. Wouldn't you want to be with someone who's like, yeah, you were a lesbian. You're a lesbian. I love it. I'm like, girl, what are you thinking? And she's just sitting there crying. You want to talk about, and then the wig. Now, I know my wig is not perfect, but dang, her wig, while she's ugly crying, and Vomit Lion. That wig is just sitting there looking crazy. Daniel, but Daniel loves her. Daniel's like, I love this woman. Daniel wants to come to America. At this point, Ice, let him come. INS, Ice, Christy Nome. Oh wait, she got fired. um, let him go on and come at this point. I'm like, man, this man has been through enough. Let him come to America and get his life together. Okay. Now, I've also been watching, you guys. Now, I was trying to get caught up on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm actually really enjoying the Ladies of London. I like the Ladies of London. These women are some interesting characters. So the girl Missy, 2 weeks ago, she was, while they were at the winery, she tells everyone about how her brother was killed. He got shot. And I'm sitting there like, if you're sitting there telling me, if we're at a brunch or whatever, and you just tell me that somebody got shot, y'all know me, I'm Barbara Walters. I am very nosy. I'm immediately like, how? Why? Where? Who? Is he in the mafia? Is it? Now, it looks like her brother, because I did do a little bit of research on this. I don't want to misspeak. I'll just say allegedly. It looks like her brother may have been involved in some drug dealings. And it did look like there might have been a hit on him, which is so scary and sad. And that is why my girl Kimmy, I like Kimmy on Ladies of London. I like Kimmy, okay? Kimmy's a straight shooter. She's like, look, it's not a sob story. This is what happens when you're dealing with drugs. And as soon as she said it in front of Margot, I knew Margot was going to run and tell Missy as soon as she could. Because I'm still sitting here. I don't have a problem with Margot, but I'm just like, Margot, what do you have really going on? You know, you got this absentee husband. You got 2 teenage stepsons. And then I'm wondering, because I know she did that semi-pornographic film that features ejaculate. And I'm like, have your teenage stepsons seen that? I'd be so scared. But anyway, I knew Margot was going to run and tell Missy as soon as she could, just to stir it up, just to have something going on, because, you know, Margot's the one that's told about Dara being a madam. So it's always Margot. Margot's the little one running around, getting all up in everybody else's business. And it's like, you know what? I mean, these are the type of characters we need on the reality show sometimes, but it's like, if I was there in real life, that would really annoy me. But to help keep the stories moving on a reality show, characters like that are necessary. But I get that Kimmy was being a little bit flippant. I do like that Kimmy's like, this is who I am. You know what? Listen, I mess up a lot. And my friends all know, first things first with Tooks, she's going to apologize. I always want to make things right when I mess up. However, if I don't feel like I've done anything wrong, that's when I'm going to hit you with a, I'm sorry you feel that way. Because it's like, well, I didn't do anything wrong. So I am sorry you feel that way. I didn't do anything wrong. So I feel like that's how she feels. And it's like she didn't say it to her. Like, it would have been really effed up if she just sat there in that moment and said it to her. She said it behind her back. Is that better or worse? I don't know. But of course, Missy's upset. You know, she's upset. And, you know, it was really vulnerable for her to talk about it. I know that's a tough topic to talk about. And, you know, I get it. But I'm enjoying the Ladies of London. I'm enjoying getting to know these ladies a little bit more. It's just fun. It's kind of like reminding me of Salt Lake City a little bit. You know, just how everybody seems to be just, you know, they seem to be at least kind of sort of friends. And, you know, so I'm enjoying Ladies of London. Now, I want to also talk about Jeff Lewis Live, because I was like, dude, the last week, I believe it was on Thursday, hi Ben, thank you so much for doing Tooks Takes, Ben and Ronnie Karam of Watch What Crappens Live. Well, Ben Mandelker was on Jeff Lewis the other day, and I had already talked about this, that I was really regretful about missing the crappies. It looked like so much fun. I didn't even want to look at pictures. I was really regretful. I kind of was like so regretful about missing it that I kind of just like didn't want to talk about it, because I felt like I should have gone. I definitely should have been there. First of all, it just would have been a lot of fun. I probably could have gained some new fans, because the Crappens fans are similar to the Kinsday crew. You guys are all just like, you know, really awesome people. Like, you know, I think we have similar target audiences. So, on several, and also, you know, I really love Ronnie and Ben. I really appreciate them. Now, they are big stars. It was not a loss for them at all that I wasn't there. At all. I mean, they have big stars there. Like, my star is on the rise, but me not being there really was not a big deal. at all, and I've been in touch with both of them, and it really wasn't a big deal. Why it was made into such a big deal on Jeff Lewis Live, I don't know. But I guess, in the words of Bonnie Raitt, Tooks gives them something to talk about. How about her? So yeah, Tooks is the topic. Some people don't like it. Some people are hating. What can I say? What can I say? It's not my fault. If people want to talk about me when I'm not there, that's not my fault. I'm interesting. I'm interesting. So yes, sometimes people want to talk about me when I'm not there. What's annoying, it's like, I know Jeff, I know Shane. They are friends of mine. What's annoying is some of Jeff's fans, because his fans are very Karen-y. And I met some of y'all. Some of y'all are listening right now. You're fans of Jeff Lewis as well. And some of these Karen-y people, for whatever reason, they have decided that they don't like me. I've seen really mean and nasty things. Sometimes they leave nasty comments. I've blocked a lot of stuff because let me tell you something. I don't need any more negative, intrusive thoughts. I'm good on those, okay? I can think up enough negative, intrusive thoughts on my own. I don't need any help with that. So I've blocked a lot of people that just wanted to come in and say nasty things about me, because what they say is things like, oh, LaKendra's too much. You say LaKendra's too much, but then you're a fan of Kelly Dodd and you're a fan of Jamie Kennedy. So what are you really trying to say? Why don't you say the quiet part out loud when you're trying to say that I'm too much? I wouldn't get invited to do the show if I didn't have a personality. I have a personality, and every time I'm there, no, we always have a great time, first of all, which is why I keep getting invited back, which is why I'm invited to help work on the live show and to open the live show. That is why I'm invited, because I do what I do well. I'm creative. I'm funny. I'm a pleasure and a joy to be around. I have great ideas. I am an asset to the team, which is why I'm there. And a lot of people seem to have a problem with that. It's like they just want to hate me. Even when I'm on with Chaz, me and Chaz have the best time when we're there together. And we came up with that really fun, the Lawendra and the Dean doll. And I came up with that really fun jingle. Do you know some of these Karens were in the comments like, LaKendra's always begging someone for a job. I can't believe they put poor Chaz on the spot. First of all, Chaz is not poor. I've been to his house. That man does very well. He is not poor. He does well. Not to mention, we have so much fun when we're there. So it's like, if you're not having fun with us, too bad. And I'm telling you, the people who don't like me, I'm like, actually, good. You're not my target. You're an ugly, negative, miserable person. You are not my target anyway. You know what my target is? You. All the hotties who like to laugh and have a good time, okay? And if you like me, if you love me, I love you right back. But here's the thing. I'm going to quote Bonnie Raitt one more time. I can't make you love me. I can't. And I'm cool with that. I am cool with that. If you're not a fan of Tooks, that is fine. But let me tell you something. Don't be out here like wishing my downfall. Like, what's up with that? I am a young-ish Black woman just out here trying to make her dreams come true in this crazy country where it's not easy to be a woman. It's not easy to be Black. It's not easy to be a Black woman. But I am still out here putting the Tooks name on the map. I'm doing that. And I'm really, really proud of myself. So to anybody out there who is wishing for my downfall, baby, you're going to have your own downfall before you ever see me have mine. And for those of you out there who don't want to see me do well, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know, maybe cancel your Wi-Fi, maybe throw your TV out the window, maybe go blind. Maybe go blind. You don't want to see Tooks doing well? I'm sorry, you're going to have to go blind because my star is on the rise. And I get my blessings from the Lord above. I don't get my blessings from Jeff Lewis, from Hollywood, from Sirius XM. I get my blessings from the Lord above. And no weapon formed against me has ever prospered. So that's my Tooks takeaway of the day. You can hate me now, but guess what? I don't care. I'm still winning. My life is so good. Thank you, God. I have so many blessings. I have the best family. I have the best friends. And my dreams, I'm slowly but surely making all my dreams come true. And so far in my life, the Lord has blessed me with everything I wanted. He has answered every single one of my prayers. And why would he stop now? Why would he stop blessing me now? Just because some miserable person in Indiana thinks I don't deserve it? Too bad. I get my blessings from the Lord above, and so do you. So don't listen to what anybody else is saying. If other people are out there trying to speak ill of you, wishing your downfall, you just allow your star to rise higher and higher and higher. You just trust the Lord to elevate you. You trust the Lord to elevate you, to accelerate you, and to keep on blessing you, okay? And those haters, they're just going to have to hate. And they're probably hating somewhere. And honestly, if we were them, we'd be hateful too because they ugly. But all the hotties love me. I got all the hotties in the Ken's Day crew. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love each and every one of you. And I thank y'all so much. Y'all are helping Tooks Takes become the #1 podcast on earth. Make sure you follow me on all the socials at LaKendra Tooks, at Tooks Takes. Tell a friend about Tooks Takes because we are having so much fun. And as always, I hope and pray that my light helps you find your light and you shine so bright. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.